Now, the film Mallari is also quite historic because Mentorque Productions has made a groundbreaking deal with Warner Brothers for the distribution of this anticipated horror thriller. Now, to tell us more about all of this immense, incredible film, we have joining us live Mentorque Productions President John Bryan Diamante, Warner Brothers Philippines Director of Distribution Rico Gonzales, Mallari screenplay writer Enrico Santos, and of course, the director Derick Cabrido. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Wow. I mean, that was already such a big film that you guys had to put together. Let's focus first with Mentorque and, Warner. How did Warner, come into the picture, and what made Warner want, to collaborate with Mallari?
Sir Enrico Santos, whom I've known from ABS-CBN, contacted me one day saying that they want to, if Warner Brothers is interested in distributing a local movie. Well, it felt right at the time, and the timing it came at the right time with us. We were actually looking I was given the instruction to start looking for a local movie that we can distribute, at least one or two a year. And the time that I know about the movie already when it was first announced several months back. And then they pitched it to me, but the last factor was I was made to watch the movie, and the horror was genre. I know Piolo from way back also, and I liked what I saw, so I gave my recommendations to my bosses, my regional bosses.
Incredible. I mean, for Mentorque, what does this mean for you? I mean, this whole collaboration with Warners, I mean, not only for the movie, but of course for the industry as well. What is this whole...
Actually, I'm still overwhelmed because we're new, and it's technically our disadvantage because we're new. We don't have any distribution arm. So basically, I discussed it with Derick and Sir Enrico that we have to really look for a distribution company to help us distribute this movie, and it was just stars aligned. And then it was it's a radical happening that Warner will be open on distributing our film, and I just made sure that we have to put out a really good quality film out there. That's my only goal, and Warner is really icing on the cake.
I mean, you just sealed the deal. I mean, last November 25 ba yan, and nag-contract signing kayo, no? So okay, so we figured that connection. Yeah. How did Enrico and you've worked together, several horror films together in the past. Now, how did you get in touch with Mentorque?
It's a common friend. We have a common friend, which is Gio, and then Gio introduced me with Brian because during that time they were looking for a project for a film concept that they want to develop as well, and it's a good start for us because we have a material way back in 2018 that we really want to do, which is Mallari, and it took us 4 years to develop.
Yeah, I heard 4 years in the planning. I mean, why Mallari, Enrico? I mean, what made you decide,
Well, we were coming from the heels of Clarita, the first possessed woman recorded in the Philippines. I mean, there are many unrecorded, I suppose. And then so we said, what other new but true stories can we come up with? It seems that Filipinos have gotten into a liking for something that's true to life and really close to our home. So Mallari was the next thing, the serial killer from the Philippines, the first and the only. So we started working on that, researching in Pampanga, even going to the very church he went to. And it just stayed there until we met Brian. And things started to fall in place.
I mean, 4 years is such a long time to put, this story together. What were the challenges that you had? I mean, how difficult was it to dig up, stories and information, historical facts about Mallari?
Well, it's quite difficult for me and Enrico because one thing is we don't have any records way back during the 1812. So the court records. So there are some part of the stories that we can figure it out.
Yes, the files are sealed in the Archbishop of Manila, so we couldn't get in there. We had to go all the way to ask some friends. We didn't go all the way to Madrid, but ask some friends in Madrid to dig up some files for us. And of course, the parish records and the site of the actual place. That's how we started building up the story.
And it was like 3 historical timelines. I mean, 3 timelines. How necessary was that? to be part of your film? I asked Piolo that earlier, in the interview. But
Yeah.
for you, from your point of view.
Then one day, Enrico called me, and then he was discussing the timeline of 1812 and how we're going to connect it to the 2023.
How it doesn't seem relevant
Yes.
for
Yes.
2023
For the
audiences unless we put two timelines.
Yes.
And then
we decided, why not? Let's put another timeline so that we could able to connect the three times.
so it started as a dare, sort
dare.
of. But it became necessary because then I told Derick it becomes a history of fear.
Yeah.
From the fear in the Spanish era, the American era, and the present day. So it sort of elevated the horror a bit.
And you're an expert when it comes to documentaries, so you know how to piece all of these things together. How about the fact that it is a horror? You guys are experts when it comes to horror. Filming Piolo, this is Piolo's first horror film. How was that? Sabi niya, he had to shoot his first day was the ending and then all of these things.
It's quite challenging for Piolo, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, nung pinag-uusapan namin during that day, naalala ko noon, parang kinakabahan siya kasi he didn't expect that we're going to shoot the ending on the day one. But I keep on telling that we have to do it today, and then we don't have any other time to do it, to shoot the scene. But the good thing is open siya eh. He's game to the idea of shooting the scene. And then, of course, it's very challenging. Kinakabahan siya, ninenervyos siya. But when we saw the shots naman nung after namin kunin yung eksena, sobrang perfect. As in, wala na akong hanapin pa. Kaya, yun, na-pull off namin.
You are so lucky. You have the best of the best here. I mean, the best screenwriter, award-winning screenwriter,
Yes.
best director. I mean, you picked the best partner. We have Mentorque Piolo Pascual. I mean, this is just a wonderful, neatly wrapped gift package. How far do you plan to take Mallari?
Hopefully, Warner will be able to help us distribute, outside the Philippines also, and other territories. Because, Mentor is a believer of Filipino talent. I think we have that. It's just, give these talented people the right environment. We had Mallari.
An Academy Awards? Are we heading there?
Well, first,
Why not?
I have to convince my regional boss this is worthy to be released in other, at least Asian territories first, and we'll see from there.
Okay, and horror for the Christmas season. I mean, why not? I mean, horror can be any time of the year, but I mean, it is the holiday season. We do have this, horror thriller film. What is the main message? I mean, what is it that...
The complexion of the film festivals have changed.
Yes.
It used to be that families would come in droves. Now, the parents sort of stay back at home, and the barcadas, the tropas of teenagers, go to the cinemas on the first day. We'd like to capitalize on that Peria roller coaster attitude of teenagers.
Yeah.
Let's get there and let's scream our hearts out after the Christmas.
Yeah, well, we've always had horror films anyway in the Metro Manila Film
Yes.
Fest. It's not definitely going to be the first, and you've always... Well, there's one article that I read that you interviewed for about love. What is the...
Greatest horror?
Greatest horror. There you go. Love is definitely the greatest horror. So watch the Metro Manila Film Fest happening on Christmas Day. So, do invite.
We were inviting everyone to please watch Mallari this coming December 25 as part of the Metro Manila Film Festival.
Okay.
Starring Piolo Pascual, Janela Salvador, Elise Yoson, JC Santos, and Miss Gloria Diaz.
Yeah. Thank you so much, gentlemen,
Thank
for
you.
being with us bright and early right here on New Day. We wish you all the best.